Hey everyone, so today we are going to be learning how to don and remove PPE. So you're probably wondering, what does that mean? It basically just means putting on and taking off your PPE in a way that's going to keep yourself contaminated, keep the outside of your PPE safe and clean, and keep anything from being transferred from the outside of your contaminated PPE after you use it to your clean person on the inside. So we're going to go through some special steps you need to pay attention to. So the first thing I'm going to say is if you have long hair, I highly suggest going ahead and putting that back first. The next thing I'm going to show you is how I like to lay out my PPE before I put it on. This is going to help you as a student get used to putting it on easier. In real life, you wouldn't be able to lay it out like this. You would have to do it step by step in order while usually just standing up next to a patient's room. But this is helpful while you are learning. So here's what it looks like. So here I have my gown laid out. This is the inside of the gown, so it is face down on the table. So I'm going to be able to just stick my arms into the holes. I also have my mask laying out on the table, my goggles, and my gloves. So that might be how you want to set this up. Okay, so the very first thing that you're going to want to do is assemble your equipment, which we have already done. It's laying out right here. The next thing you're going to do before putting on PPE is always wash your hands. For the purpose of this skill, you can just say washing hands. You don't actually have to go and show me that you've done it. The next thing you're going to do is remove all rings. And if you had a watch, you would remove that as well. And then you're going to want to roll up your sleeves just to make it easier and less bulky when you're putting on your gown and your gloves. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is pick up your mask. You're going to want to make sure that you find the metal band at the top, and then you're going to want to have the blue part facing out. So the metal band goes at the top of your nose. You're going to put that on, and then you can use that band to really form it to your face. So blue part facing out, form this to your face, and you're just going to, if you have the kind that ties, you'll just tie it on. So your mask is step number 1. Step number 2 is going to be putting on the gown. When it comes to your gown, you are allowed to touch the inside of your gown at any point. What you want to avoid is touching the outside of the gown. That's why I said we like to lay out our gowns to be able to put them on, because it makes it easier. So you can pick up your gown from the inside and you can just put your arms right in there. Once you get one hand through, you can use that hand, reach inside your gown and pull it on. You don't want to touch the outside, but you can definitely touch the inside. I need to pull this side up. I can reach inside the gown and pull it up. Okay? Next, you're going to tie it. So you're going to want to tie at the neck first. So reach the inside of your gown, find the little tie. Here's one. Turn around and look. Here's my other one. Okay, so you're going to tie at your neck first. And you can tie this pretty loosely. If this was real life, I would say tie it tightly. However, you're going to be using this gown multiple times. So I want you to just tie it in a loose knot so that you're going to be able to remove it and not rip it, okay? So just tie a little loose knot. Next, you're going to very carefully, without touching the gown, grab these 2 strings here and tie at the waist. Again, tie just a very loose knot because you're going to be reusing this gown. If you need to adjust your mask, you're going to reach inside and pull it down. You don't want to touch the outside of your mask. So you're just going to reach inside and pull it down. Okay, next, we are going to be putting on our goggles. So we're just going to put these on top of our lovely mask. Of course, with mask, your goggles will start to fog up, but that's okay. And then your last step is going to be putting on your gloves. Now, when you're putting on your gloves, you can pretty much touch them wherever you want, but you're just going to slide your hand in there. And then you're going to want to make sure that your gloves go over the outside of your gown, okay? So you want to cover up the wrists with your gloves. If your glove was to break or it had a hole in it, you would want to make sure you get a new pair. Now you can see my mask has fallen down. Use the inside to pull it back up. So you have completely put on all of your PPE now. Now we're going to talk about how to take it off. Okay, it is time to remove our PPE. The first thing you're going to do is untie at the waist. So you're going to reach around and just untie at the waist. The next thing you're going to do is remove your gloves. Now there are very specific steps that you have to follow to remove your gloves in order to make sure you don't contaminate anything. For the first glove, you're just going to grab it and pull it off. Okay? For the second glove, you're going to crumple this one up in your hand. Take 2 fingers. You're going to reach on the inside of your glove so that you're not touching the outside, and you're going to fold it inside out. So now I can touch this because this is the inside of the glove. Next, you're going to wash your hands. Okay, the next step will be removing your goggles, and then you will remove your mask. To remove your mask, you want to only touch the ties. You do not want to actually touch the mask. At this point, you would just throw this away, or if you're going to be using it for this skill, you need to hold on to it. Next, you're going to be removing the gown. You've already untied the waist, and now you just need to untie the neck. And here's where you have to get really careful again. The front of your gown is now contaminated, and you do not want to touch the outside. So you're going to reach inside your gown and pull your arm out. Okay? And now you can touch this inside material, and you're going to do the same thing on this side, only touching the inside. You're going to pull your arm out. Now make sure you're touching the inside of the gown, and you're going to fold that up. Again, only touching the inside. You do not want to touch the outside. You would throw this away if you're done using it for this class. The next thing you're going to do is wash your hands again, and then you're done. So hopefully you got all that. You can pause it where you need to, rewatch it, practice a few times before you actually film your skill check off. And if you have any questions, as always, reach out to me and I will get back to you.